And now, local sports with Dustin Nolan.
Big NFC North matchup tonight as the Green Bay Packers take on the Chicago Bears. The Packers look to continue their home success over Chicago. The Packers have won 4 consecutive home games over the Bears. So let's go out to the game, see if they can do it again. Bears versus Packers. First quarter, no score. Aaron Rodgers is going to drop back. He's buying some time in the pocket. He actually has all day to throw here, and he finally is going to find Devontae Adams to the left for a 12-yard touchdown. Mason Crosby's he's going to miss the PAT, so it's going to be 6-0 Packers. Second quarter, 6-3 Packers. Aaron Rodgers flexion fake, rolls out, finds Mercedes Lewis for a 5-yard touchdown. 13-3 Green Bay. Second quarter, Green Bay leads 20-3. Mitch Trubisky, he's going to fumble here. It's going to be Preston Smith. He's going to recover it, picks it up, and he's going to take it to the house for 14 yards. And it's 27-3 Green Bay. Right before the half now, Mitch Trubisky, he's going to throw to Allen Robertson for a 1-yard touchdown. Bears trail 27-10 going into half. Third quarter, Packers lead 27-10. Aaron Rodgers flexion fake, rolls to his left. He's going to throw it back down the middle of the field to Robert Tonyan for a 39-yard touchdown. Rodgers finished with 4 touchdowns on the night as the Packers get the win 41-25. All right, Panthers and Vikings. First quarter, no score. Kirk Cousins hits Justin Jefferson for a 12-yard touchdown. Vikings lead 7-0. Second quarter, same score. It's going to be Teddy Bridgewater. He's going to hit Robbie Anderson, who's going to take it 41 yards to the house. That's going to tie the game up at 7. Now we're going to go early in the third quarter. Vikings going to be up 10-7. Cousins, he's going to lose the ball here, and it's going to be picked up by Jeremy Chin, and he's going to return it 17 yards to the house for the Panthers touchdown. Panthers up 14-10. Next Vikings play from scrimmage is going to be Dalvin Cook. He gets the handoff. He's stood up by Chin. Chin strips Dalvin Cook, and he's going to pick it up, take it 28 yards for the touchdown. Chin scores 2 defensive touchdowns in 10 seconds. Panthers lead 21-10. Fourth quarter, Vikings down 24-13. Cousins finds Jefferson for another touchdown, his second of the game. Vikings down 24-21 after the 2-point conversion. Under a minute left in the game. Vikings down to 6. It's going to be Cousins, Chad Beebe for a 10-yard touchdown. Vikings take the lead 28-27. 6 seconds left. Panthers down 1. They're going to have to try for a 54-yard field goal, and this one is going to be wide left. Vikings hold on to win this one 28-27. All right, Chiefs and Buccaneers. First quarter, Chiefs lead 3-0. It's going to be Pat Mahomes hooking up with Tyreek Hill, who stays on his feet, takes it 75 yards to the house, and the Chiefs are going to go up 10-0 in this one. Later in the first, it's going to be same score. It's going to be Mahomes and Hill. They're going to hook up again. Mahomes hits Hill in stride. He's going to score from 45 yards out for a touchdown. Hill is just going to backflip into the end zone there. Little celebration. He had 7 receptions for 203 yards and 2 touchdowns just in the first quarter. It's 17-0 Chiefs. Second quarter, same score. Tom Brady swings it out to Ronald Jones, and he's going to take it 37 yards down the sideline for the touchdown. Bucks down 17-7. Third quarter, we go. It's going to be Chiefs lead 20-10. Mahomes, he's going to throw down the sideline, and he's going to hook up with who else? Hill for a 20-yard touchdown. Hill's third score of the game. 27-10 Chiefs. Fourth quarter, Tampa Bay down 27-17. Brady finds Mike Evans in the end zone for a 7-yard touchdown. Evans second of the game as the Chiefs hold on to win this one 27-24. An impressive 2-0 start for the Iowa Hawkeyes men's basketball team. Luka Garza as good as advertised, and freshmen have provided a spark coming off the bench. But even with 2 solid wins, Hawkeye Quarter reporter Jarek Andreski tells us Iowa believes there's still room for improvement.
Iowa's basketball team is starting 2-0 after back-to-back blowouts over in Iowa City at Carver Hawkeye Arena. There's a lot to be excited for if you're a Hawkeye fan, lots of things to be optimistic about, but the players and coaches are looking at these past 2 games as learning opportunities. They want to know what they can do better going forward as tougher competition makes its way to Iowa City.
I think our second half today we got a little comfortable. We're giving up some offensive rebounds. They had 19 offensive boards, and we can't let that happen. We're going to get beat by teams, if we let them get that many offensive boards. So, for us, that was a big thing in the locker room after the game. It's just to not get comfortable no matter what the lead is and to continue pushing forward. I think my job as a leader, I got to be a little bit better in that area. Just continue to push our team and make sure we close out games better than we did tonight.
That's something Coach talked about after the game. And obviously we won by 30. Everyone thinks it's a great game, but these are games that prepare ourselves for, the Gonzaga and Iowa State and North Carolina leading up into the Big Ten season. So we got to really take advantage of these games and get better.
Yeah, I think you want them to hold themselves accountable, but you got to be careful, and I was on them. I was on them hard, And it's not because our execution was poor, because it was good. We were missing shots we normally make against that zone. Okay. All right. So really, what was the one thing that upset me? Their offensive rebounding and our lack of offensive rebounding. So I think that was really the one thing that upset me. Defensively, we were fairly solid. We were changing defenses. Could we have been a little tougher at times? Maybe take a charge? Maybe. But I wasn't really that upset. I thought our execution was very good.
You heard Joe Wieskamp there mention some of the teams that they'll be playing. The Tar Heels, who are currently ranked 16th, they'll be taking on Iowa on December 8th. The Gonzaga Bulldogs, the top team in the country right now, they'll square off against the Hawkeyes in South Dakota on December 19th. Reporting for Hawkeye Headquarters, I'm Jarek Andreski.
All right, thank you, Jarek. And Eric, I got to tell you what, when Illinois and Iowa play, I can't wait for that game because it's going to be a big-time showdown, and it's going to be fun to watch those guys get after it, especially after watching them last year.
Yeah, high expectations this year for both of them.
Absolutely.
Right. Dustin, thank you. Coming up, a local restaurant with a big anniversary tells us about their ups and downs for their years in service. It's next on Local 4 News at 10, late edition.